Welcome to AI to the Sky podcast, where global AI leaders take off. Hosted by Joseph Vale.
This episode is powered by Rocket AI. WhatsApp bans costing you sales. Rocket AI automates messaging legally with AI. Your competition's already using it. RocketAI.lat.
Welcome to AI to the Sky. I'm thrilled to have with me today Lazaros, a powerhouse entrepreneur, engineer, and the founder of Next Level University, a global podcast with thousands of episodes reaching listeners in over 175 countries. Alan is known for cutting through the noise with no-nonsense mindset coaches and practical strategies for personal and business transformation. Alan, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I do not take it lightly. I started listening to podcasts 10 years ago and personal development and books and the whole thing. And I am now a podcaster who helps people reach their potential. So thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I won't waste a second of anyone's time.
What inspired you to start such an ambitious project and keep it driving for so many years?
Yeah. I'll try to give you the short version. So Next Level
Okay.
University podcast has been going for 8 years, although we rebranded it a few times. So it started off as Conversations Change Lives. And then my business partner, Kevin, had a podcast called the Hyperconscious Podcast. So Conversations Change Lives was be a fly on the wall, great conversations with great people. The Hyperconscious Podcast was change the way you think, change the way you act, change the way you live. Deep conversations. And then we had the worst titled podcast of all time. We teamed up. It was the Conversations Change Lives meets Hyperconscious Podcast. And then eventually we went all in on the Hyperconscious Podcast. And then I think around episode 500 or so, I really should check this, we rebranded to what's now known as Next Level University, a place where you level up your life, love, health, and wealth. And really it's a place where you learn how to reach your potential. So to answer your original question, how did I stay true to that calling for so long, or that mission or that purpose? When I was 26 years old, I got in a car accident, my fault, head-on collision, not pretty. No one was killed or permanently injured, but it was definitely not a fender bender. This was a pretty intense head-on collision.
Wow.
And fortunately, I walked away from that, and everyone did. My birth father, John McCorkle, my real last name is McCorkle, my birth father passed away in a car when he was 28. And I was 2.
Oh.
This is in 1991.
So you were 28 too?
No,
Wow.
So I was 26. I was 26.
Oh, but pretty
Yeah.
close.
Pretty close, exactly. So 1991, birth father dies at 28 when I'm 2. 2015, I'm 26, and I get in my own car accident, my fault, and it's the second chance my dad never got. So the shortest answer I can give you is after 26 years old, I found personal development. And before that, I was an achiever. I was very academic, computer engineer, master's in business. I always call it STEMBIF, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, business, and finance. I always felt like those were passions. They always came fairly easy to me, all things considered. And after 26, I went all in on the inner game. I went all in on health, wealth, and love. And I went all in on personal development. So now I help people with personal development, fitness, and then most importantly now, I have 20 clients that I help grow their businesses.
Oh, that was very insightful. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So, your approach blends technology, mindset, and leadership in a way that truly accelerates growth. With AI reshaping industries, how do you see the intersection of human mindsets and artificial intelligence evolving in the next 5 years?
Well, the first one that I love is I use AI all the time just to ask questions. So what would be a good example of this? So I was on a podcast earlier today and we were talking about self-efficacy. And self-efficacy in layman's terms basically means self-belief. How much do you believe in your own ability to achieve something externally in your future? It's a prefrontal cortex executive function thing. And so dolphins, primates, and animals, We have the prefrontal cortex, so we can do what scientists call project into the future, reverse engineer the outcome, and it's a goal orientation. But to answer your question, any listeners out there that don't know what self-efficacy is, I would go to ChatGPT and or whatever AI service you use and type, tell me everything you know about self-efficacy. And then you can say, make it more concise or make it more in depth. There's a deep research function. And so, or you can say, put it in layman's terms. To me, it can accelerate learning. And I think that that's the most important thing. I have clients, and again, I help them in business, and there's this really, really, really tiny part of me that's, well, ChatGPT could totally coach you too. They're using it as a supplement to my coaching because the human component is really important, but they're learning at a far greater rate. When the clients that are using ChatGPT, and that's the one we're choosing, they're learning far faster than people who don't, because it's so much better than traditional Google searches. It's so much better. It's not even close. And all technology, you either use it or it uses you. And if you don't use it, you're going to have trouble. And I often say this too. I think this is important to understand. I said this to my business partner yesterday. I said, brother, my quality of life right now is better than the wealthiest person on planet Earth 100 years ago. You're in Bolivia right now, and I'm talking to you on a podcast on Zoom. This wasn't even possible 15 years ago, never mind 100 years ago. So technology is a good thing if it's used for good reasons, and it can amplify your quality of life, not hurt it. However, there's a con with every pro and a pro with every con. So if you don't, I'll give this tiny example too. There's a person in one of my communities. I'll keep the name anonymous. Yeah, I'll use first names only. His name's Derek. And I like Derek a lot. Derek's a great person. Huge fan of Derek. Okay, he's volunteered for our charity. He's awesome. But I remember seeing a post where he was bragging about not having a computer. And I came to my business partner behind the scenes and I said, brother, he's in trouble. He's like, yeah, I've never even owned a laptop. Dude, I'm a computer engineer, okay? You're in serious trouble. You better get a computer and learn it now. The 21st century is the age of computers. If you can't use technology, you will be used by technology. That is the way. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that because I care enough to actually call this out. If he doesn't go get it, I mean, you better go take a course. You better learn. You better get a computer and start playing with it right now, sir, because you're not going to be relevant in the future if you don't.
Yeah, you're right. And with this topic, you know that entrepreneurs face overwhelming tech changes, especially with AI. Startups are booming right now. Based on your podcast and coaching experience, what are the biggest mindset blocks business owner must overcome to not just survive but thrive in this AI era?
Use AI as much as you can to automate processes that should be automated. The thing that's really important to understand, though, is certain things should not be automated. I'll give you an example. I have something called the Next Level Sales System, and it's designed every single day to bring my absolutely people closer to me and repel my absolutely not people. So it's 5 posts, 5 unique posts. So it's 5 posts, 5 likes, 5 comments, 5 DMs, and 5 invites every day. I call it my 5x5 Next Level Sales System. Every day. I've done this every day for 38 days, personally. I'm the CEO of the company. I am someone who people want to connect with. Human connection is going to be more important in the future, not less. I was on Instagram. I went on someone's podcast. This is 2 weeks ago. And I added him on Instagram to connect with him. And he DM'd me. And then we started having a conversation. And I was like, oh, okay. This is an AI bot. And then the AI bot said, no, bro, it's not an AI bot. But here's my podcast if you're interested. He sent me a video after. He said, dude, I'm sorry. It was an AI bot. I'm like, dude, of course I know it is. at the end of the day, there's certain things you should not automate. I'm not automating my DMs. If you reach out to me on Instagram right now, you're going to get me. That's going to be actually me. Now, when it comes to my business, behind the scenes, I'm going to automate everything I fucking can. Okay? But when it comes to the certain things of human connection, they will never be automated. And my clients want to talk to me, not some WhatsApp robot, right? So there's certain things, and this is the thing that I see people screwing up. You need to eliminate, automate, delegate, and procrastinate all in essentials, but you cannot automate the things that are critical. There's a woman named Tiffany. She wants to talk to me, Alan Lazaros. She's a potential client. And if I have some AI bot do it, it's not going to convert as well. And I've seen a lot of people screw this up.
Yeah, you're right.
And one more quick thing for everybody.
Yeah,
everyone, please get rid of the long dash in your posts. It's obviously AI. ChatGPT loves those long dashes. There are certain tells, and eventually it'll get to the point where people can't tell because AI will improve. But at the end of the day, get rid of the long dashes, will you? I know it wasn't you who wrote the email.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
ChatGPT loves that.
Loves it. It's like, oh my God, figure it out. It loves those long dashes. It's so obviously AI, right? And again, at the end of the day, there are certain things that need to be automated in order for you to stay competitive and for you to succeed. There are certain things that should never be automated, and you need to check in with your core values and the core values of your customers and clients in order to figure out what that is.
Okay. Thank you, Alan. So let's get a quick snapshot of Alan. Alan, one book that radically changed your perspective.
I don't know if changed my perspective is the right word. It would more like reaffirmed my perspective. A book called Rationality by Steven Pinker. It's actually right behind me. Rationality by Steven Pinker. I wish this was required reading in every school.
Oh.
Because human beings are wildly irrational. And this talks about how, and this is my belief too, not just Steven Pinker's, if you think inaccurately about yourself, others, and the world, you cannot make good decisions. Imagine a self-driving car that didn't have updated terrain. It thinks it's a road, it's actually a cliff. It's going to keep driving off a cliff and then blaming the world. And I feel like that's what a lot of human beings do. We just think inaccurately. And accurate thinking and logic and rationality and deductive reasoning is one of my core values. I'm an engineer. I think in mathematics. And unfortunately, most people are overly emotional and delusional about themselves, others, and the world, and so they can't flourish within it. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that because I care.
Your go-to AI or productivity tool right now?
ChatGPT, for sure. For learning. And I'll give you an example. I have someone who is taking a CFIC exam in Canada, and it's called CIFIC. It's a financial certification. And he has when we created this plan, he had 21 days until the exam. And this is his third attempt. So he failed the first. So I say this to him. I say 38, 53, 65. You need above a 60 to pass. 38, 53, 65. So he got a 38, he got a 53, and now we're going for a 65. I'm rooting for him. I said, let's put this in ChatGPT. Let's have them analyze the 11 units and what percentages he got under each, and let's have ChatGPT create an exact roadmap, and we're going to put it in your calendar that maximizes the probability of statistical success that you pass the third exam. ChatGPT is a productivity cheat code for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I remember when I was talking with Ben Chai, that he was mentor at Microsoft. Mm-hmm. He said to me, I don't know if you agree, that it helps you, AI helps you, but it helps you to fail faster.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, it helps create the certainty to take action. And when you take action, you fail faster. And therefore, you learn faster. Assuming you have high self-belief. If you don't have high self-belief, you're going to get crumbled by failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Alan, the best advice you ever received about leadership.
Aim high and you'll have choices. When I was 7, my mom said, you can be a CEO or you can be a farmer. And to be completely transparent here, my mom gave me some really good advice and some really terrible advice. The really good advice was aim high and you'll have choices. You can be a CEO or you can be a farmer. I'm going to love you either way. But if you shoot for CEO, you can wake up one day and decide to be a farmer, but it doesn't work the other way around. Someone reached out to me once, farmers work really hard, how dare you? It's a metaphor. Right? Relax, it's a metaphor. But the point is aim high and you'll have choices is true. Because the higher you aim, the more you have to become to achieve it. And then the skills and the awareness and the resources and the relationships and the network that you had to build in order to achieve that thing, now you do have choices. So even if you just make the decision right now to do whatever it takes within alignment and within integrity to become financially free, that one choice solves 1,000 future problems. And I always tell my clients, like, what's the one decision we can make now that solves 1,000 future problems?
How do you recharge and avoid burnout?
Film and food. So my beautiful girlfriend and future wife, Emilia, we have 3 businesses between the 2 of us. We work 7 days a week. 6 of those days are front facing. So I do coaching, training, and podcasting, and I'm averaging 50 coaching sessions, trainings, and podcasts per week.
Wow.
And yeah, so I joke, but it's actually true. I haven't taken a full day off in 10 years since that car accident. And I said that once to a woman named Deborah. She was interviewing me for a podcast. She said, "Oh my God, Alan, that's so bad for you." And I said, "No, Deborah, that's bad for you." Sometimes it's an hour a day. Sometimes it's 18 hours a day. Usually it's somewhere in between. Usually it's around 10.
Mm-hmm.
Monday through Saturday, we do front facing, coaching, training, podcasting. Sunday is the day where we do only back office. And Sunday, we try to minimize work. We still work, but usually it's 90 minutes or an hour or 3 hours or whatever. Why do I tell you that? How do I avoid burnout? I think everyone uniquely has certain things that fill their cup a lot. So for me, a good food, like delicious takeout with a good film, hanging out with her, and we have two cats and a dog. I mean, you give me 3 hours of that, I'm good for 3 weeks. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So, but if the film sucks, it's not going to be the same. I also get ridiculously good sleep. I hydrate really well. You'll never catch me without water on me. I avoid burnout proactively by taking really, really good, I say take good care of the asset. Build the self, build the family, build the business. Build the self, build the family, build the business. Every day, you are the foundation of your own pyramid. And I never used to take care of myself 10 years ago. I used to drink too much and too often, all that kind of stuff. So I quit all alcohol, quit all drugs. I always joke caffeine is my last remaining vice. No one's taken it. But sleep, hydration, nutrition, training, mobility, breathwork, supplementation, these things can help you optimize your health so that you can perform. Because quite frankly, if you're going to do 50 coaching sessions, trainings, and podcasts like this every single week, you have to take really good care of yourself to not end up with no voice and sick all the time.
Yeah, of course. 50, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's my current average. I'm trying to bump that number up, actually.
Oh, wow. Oh, come on, Alan.
Yeah.
Okay,
Last week was only 40.
So
Last week was only 40.
oh,
We went away this past
I
weekend.
can do it like 2
Yeah.
per
Nice.
week.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
the old
that's
me
a
would have been
pretty
too
good
insecure. I appreciate it. The old me would have been too insecure to even highlight that, because some people struggle to even do one a week, right? And I
target.
exercise every day too.
Mm.
That's another thing too, is the old me probably would have shrunk and been like, no. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm trying to bump that number up. I'm a little bit nuts. It is what it is.
But that's the way to success.
That's
To
for
push.
sure. That's for sure. Without burnout. Stretch. You got to stretch, but you don't want to snap.
Okay. So, Alan, you also speak to mental performance and peak productivity. Can you
Mhm.
share specific techniques or habits that entrepreneurs can adopt to stay focused and make data-driven decisions enhanced by AI?
Yeah, so AI can help you
Mhm.
Pareto your life. So if you want to, and this is a skill that I actually developed myself before AI, and or before AI was really big, you can type in your quarterly goals and have it tell you what key behaviors are the most optimal to achieving those goals. So put in your goal, make sure it's measurable, make sure it's specific SMART goals. So we have smarter goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound, evaluate and report. So smarter goals, put them in,
Mhm.
make sure they're time bound with a deadline, and then have it Pareto principle. The Pareto principle states 20% of effort creates 80% of results. And you can go deeper with Pareto. So you can do 20% of 20%, which is 4%. You can do 20% of 4%, which is 0.8%. You can do 20% of 0.8%, which is 0.16%. And you can do 20% of 0.16%, which is what I call your 0.04% essentials. So I don't work on superfluous things,
Mhm.
and everything needs to be reverse engineered based on a future outcome, which is a goal, even though only 3% of people have written goals, which is mind blowing to me. But if you do have clear goals, you can actually. So I'll give you a tangible example other than this esoteric stuff. If my goal is to build muscle, weight training is the most important leverage point. If my
Oh.
goal is to burn fat, diet is more important than weight training.
Mhm.
Both are important, but they're not equally important. And so everything's important, but nothing's equally important. Urgent, significant, important. You have to have a decision making paradigm. All of us can do anything. Why am I on this podcast right now? This is one of my top leverage points. I get to add value. I get to serve. I get to practice my craft of effective communication and learn how to actually say Pareto without stumbling my freaking words. and I learn and I grow. And who knows, maybe someone will work with me. Everyone needs to understand that you have to Pareto everything. If you only wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time, stop wasting money, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you haven't researched Pareto, look that up with AI right now. That's actually one of the main reasons why certain people can create such massive success.
Oh.
So how is
Oh,
it that someone with the same 24 hours can make 1,000 times more money? It's Pareto.
oh, okay.
Uh, okay, yeah, look that up. Look that up for sure.
I'm going to
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
my
yeah.
homework
The
for
single
today.
most important principle for success, hands down, is the Pareto principle. Wilfredo Pareto, he had pea pods. You ever hear this before? This is the first time?
Uh-huh.
Wilfredo Pareto, he was a scientist who had pea pods, and he found out that 80% of the peas, the produce, was produced by 20% of the plants.
Oh.
So then he took better care of the plants that actually produce the majority of the peas. So
Uh-huh.
80% of my revenue is generated by 20% of the clients. So I better be taking care of that 20%, right? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
really interesting.
Nice.
Um,
I'm glad.
it's
I think this conversation might have changed your life forever. What's the one
yes.
principle that can solve 1,000 future problems? You just got it right there.
Okay, that's really great. Uh, wow, a huge advice. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome, brother.
That's why I love to talk with people that have success
Yeah, of course.
and
Yeah, it
that
didn't fall out of the sky,
pushes
right? Yeah, it's
itself.
it's
Yeah, of
success
course.
leaves clues. Success leaves clues.
Uh-huh.
100%. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
So,
welcome.
Alan, it's been a privilege to dive into your unique insights. Where can our listeners can connect with you at Next Level University?
So since this is an AI podcast, use whatever platform you use, ChatGPT, Google, whatever, and you can type in my name, and all of my information will come up. You'll see all my social medias on there, nextleveluniverse.com, Next Level University podcast. We have Next Level University, which just helps you reach your potential through personal development and success. We have Podcast Growth University, which is a podcast that helps you start, grow, scale, and monetize your podcast. And then we have Business Growth University, which I just started 6 weeks ago.
Oh, it's
And
pretty new.
yeah, very new. Business Growth University. It's on YouTube, and it's a place where you reach your potential in life and business. And it's for business owners. And it's basically everything I've learned from coaching business owners over the last 8 years. And it's brick by brick, episode by episode. I do 1 episode a week on that one. And then we have Conscious Couples podcast with my beautiful girlfriend and future wife, where we coach couples as well. So we've been coaching couples for 5 years. I've been coaching business owners for 8, mentoring kind of my whole life. And it's about the tried and true fundamentals. Like this is what I would say. If you're lazy and you want big rewards for minimal effort, don't reach out. You're not going to like any of my content. I'm a striver. I'm not an arriver. I'm not going to talk from some mountaintop. If you don't have work ethic and humility, there's no point. But if you have high work ethic, high humility, and you have a sincere interest in reaching your potential, you're going to love me and you're going to love what I do. Please reach out. It will be me. Reach out on Instagram, DM me, LinkedIn, it'll be me. Facebook, it'll be me.
Not a chatbot, not everything.
Yeah, not a chatbot. It will be me, personally. As a matter of fact, I'm doing it later. Every day I'm in
for
there.
that, Eller.
Yeah, you're welcome.
For those that are ready to level up their mindset and business with AI, what's your top recommendation or resource to get started?
It would be use it as a supplement, but nothing can replace your belief in yourself. Your own brain is still more important than AI. You can supplement your brain with AI, but you're still going to have to do the reps. It's like creatine in the gym for any bodybuilders or fitness people out there. It's supplemental. Creatine will help you build muscle, but it's not going to do the reps for you. And there's still certain things you're going to have to do. You cannot use AI to be lazier. Don't do that. People say work smart, not hard. I think that's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Work hard and smart. Usually you don't work smart until after you beat your head against the wall anyway. So you got to start with hard work first, and then smart work, and then hard work, and then smart work, and then hard work, and then smart work. AI will help you work smarter, faster, but you still have to put in the work.
Yeah, no, you're right. Push hard.
Yeah, got to.
Yeah. So, Alan, thank you so much for joining AI to the Sky today. To our listeners, to stay curious, to stay ambitious, and keep pushing the limits of what's possible with AI and human potential. Thank you so much, Alan, for your time. Well, keep going on. You can do it more.
I will. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Joseph, reach out anytime. I'll come back anytime you want. Just DM me on Instagram, whatever, and let's stay connected, my friend.
I know that you are answering those texts.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah. Reach out. Cool.
Thank you so much, Alan.
Imagine if it was an AI bot. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, no.
It's not. It's going to be me. It's going to be me. I'm kidding.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you so much, Alan,
You're
for your time and for your insights.
Talk soon.
AI is evolving. Are you? Subscribe now or get left behind. AI to the Sky podcast.